The people with the biggest dreams are usually the best at shooting themselves in the foot. It's because the more potential you have, the easier it is to self-sabotage, and nobody tells you why. Potential is a curse disguised as a gift. See, average people don't self-sabotage much. Why would they? There's nothing to lose. But you can feel what your life could be. The version of you 3 years from now if you actually went all in. And that vision is so big, so loud, that your brain panics. It goes, what if we try and we're still not enough? So instead of risking failure, you choose the pain, procrastination, distraction, overthinking. You miss the deadline. You forget to send the text. You start a fight right before the good thing happens. Not because you're lazy, because self-sabotage feels safer than finding out your potential had limits. Here is the truth. You're not scared of failing. You're scared of succeeding. Because if you actually become that person with all that potential, then people will expect it from you forever. No more excuses. No more "I could if I wanted to." Success means responsibility. It means pressure. It means you can't hide behind "I'm still figuring it out" anymore. So your brain keeps you stuck right before the breakthrough. You self-sabotage because staying small feels safer than being seen. You know the pattern by now. That's not procrastination. That's self-protection. Your brain thinks it's keeping you safe from disappointment by making sure you never actually try. So ask yourself, how many times have you quit right before it got real? How many doors did you close yourself because standing in the doorway was terrifying? The more potential you have, the louder that voice gets. The one that whispers, "Who do you think you are to actually pull this off?" That voice isn't yours. It's every "be realistic" you heard growing up. Every teacher who said, "That's not practical." Every time you got mocked for dreaming too big. So now your brain internalized it. And it hits the emergency brakes every time you get close to becoming who you were meant to be. The more potential you have, the more dangerous that voice gets. Because potential means possibility. And possibility means you could lose everything you built your identity on. I'm the one with untapped potential. Here is the sick part. Potential feels safe. As long as you don't try, you can still be the genius who never applied himself. As long as you don't launch, you can still be the creator who would have blown up if they had the right timing. As long as you don't avoid, you protect the fantasy that you're special. But potential without proof is just procrastination in a fancy outfit. And your brain would rather be a legend in your head than a beginner in real life. You self-sabotage because finishing means judgment. Finishing means people will see it, critique it, compare it. Not finishing means you stay in control of the story. It would have been amazing if I'd finished. You'd rather be the king of what if than risk being average in reality. You'd rather break your own heart than let the world break it for you. But there's a reason the most talented people are also the most stuck. And it's not what you think. It's not laziness. It's not lack of discipline. It's this one belief you've been carrying since you were a kid. And until you see it, you'll keep burning your own life down before anyone else gets the chance to. And that belief is this: if I'm not perfect, I'm a fraud. People with high potential grow up being praised for being smart, not for trying. You're so talented. You're a natural. You learn so fast. Sounds nice, right? Until your brain decides, my worth equals my talent. So the moment something gets hard, your brain panics. Hard means I'm not talented. Not talented means I'm nothing. So you quit. You distract. You self-sabotage. Because failing after trying feels worse than never trying at all. At least this way, you can still tell yourself, I could have been great. I just didn't try. But let me tell you something about potential. Potential isn't a trophy. It's a debt. The world doesn't owe you anything for what you could do. You owe yourself for what you want to do if you keep getting in your own way. Every time you self-sabotage, you're not protecting yourself from failure. You're protecting yourself from growth. You're choosing the pain of regret over the pain of discipline. And regret lasts way longer, trust me. So the more potential you have, the more you have to fight yourself. Not the world. Not your competition. You. Because your biggest enemy isn't lack of talent. It's your fear of proving your talent is real. Stop waiting to feel ready. Ready people still shake. They just move anyway. Stop protecting the fantasy of who you could be by killing the reality of who you are right now. Messy action beats perfect potential every single time. You weren't given all that potential just to waste it on self-doubt. You were given it because you're supposed to carry something heavier than fear. So the next time your brain tells you to quit right before the breakthrough, look it dead in the eye and say, "We're doing it scared," because the only thing more painful than trying and failing is living with the ghost of who you could have been. Potential means nothing if you keep blowing up your own bridge before you cross it. Burn the self-sabotage. Build the proof. Your future self is waiting on the other side. Don't leave them hanging. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.